For today's workout, this is workout number 5. I wanted to do an injury update and then talk about some of the cons of doing isometric exercise. So first with the injury, as you can see, I had my splint removed on the 27th, and I'm currently in physical therapy to work on regaining the range of motion in the injured arm. So you'll be able to see in this workout that I select exercises that don't apply any pressure to the lower arm. The injury was a fracture in my ulna. So you can see here I'm doing a pullover, but I have the straps above my elbows. So I'm pressing down on the straps isometrically, and the pressure is going into my humerus. So I don't have any pain here. So you can see a few of the exercises I selected. I won't be putting too much pressure on the arm. Okay, so I want to talk about some of the negative components or issues with isometric training. Number one is there's no feedback. So one of the best things about lifting weights is you're able to see progressive overload. So if your program is working properly, you will be able to either add, reps or load to your exercises. So unless you have some sort of device that measures outputs, isometric is less convenient. There are a few pieces of equipment on the market that you can buy. So after this experiment, if things go well, I may invest in something like that. The second negative thing about isometrics is you don't get any mobility training from the strength exercises themselves. So when you're doing like traditional exercises, let's say you're doing a squat or a row or a chest press, you're working through a full range of motion and you're getting mobility training. Maybe you're not getting super flexible, but you're maintaining the ranges of motions that it requires to do those exercises. And that's pretty much all that, most people will need for daily life. So what I'm planning to do is, what I've already started doing is I've implemented a 20-minute stretching routine. So I go through 20 to 30 stretches. I use an interval timer. Each stretch is 30 seconds, and I'm going to do that 3 to 4 times per week. So those are the two main drawbacks to isometric training. So one, you're not able to get feedback if to see if the exercises are working in terms of increasing your strength. You're not having direct data, but that can be solved by purchasing some sort of device that measures force output, and that's something that I might do. And two, since you're only, using limited positions, you're not getting the mobility work that you would get from traditional exercise or strength training. But that can be mitigated through a dynamic stretching routine or a static stretching routine like I'm going to be doing at least 3 times a week, maybe 4. So I'm going to keep recording workouts here and there. I probably won't record every single one, but I'll record them for those who are interested. And I'm also thinking of doing a video on the straps that I use for these exercises, and possibly just an example of what I do for my stretching routine. And to wrap up, as for the arm injury, I've had my splint off for 6 days now, and I've already gained a substantial amount of flexion and extension. So if you've ever had something like that, you know that you're very stiff when you remove the splint or cast, whatever was used to immobilize you. So I'm working to get all my flexion and extension back in my arm.